not bad. Luckily, I think it was a good first one. What's going on, guys? Monty with Team 360 and Team Doomsday. Welcome to another video. I'm just going to be playing a little bit of a scoring round of mixes of red and blue. So red's odd and blue's even. See how I score. Haven't played in like a week because we've been on flood warnings and it's just been completely miserable. And between that and work, just haven't had time. So, and sorry about that last video, by the way. I'm pretty sure I explained it in that video, but I just wasn't having a good time. It was the very first time I've ever played disc golf and not had fun, like ever. And I wasn't about had to have that mindset going into the rest of that round, so I didn't even finish the round. I ended up dipping out of like after like hole 13, I think is what it was, because a normal hour and a half, and it was a round turned into a 2 hour, and we only got to hole 12 when it would hit that 2 hour mark, and I was just like, I can't deal with this. I'm frustrated. I'm playing like trash. So let's get out before I get more frustrated and I just hate the sport or get ugly. So I apologize on that, but excuse me. Let's get it onto this video and yeah, let's get to this putt. Even I shouldn't miss this putt, right? Right? It's been like weeks. I swear since I putt. Feels like it anyways, but really it's only been a week. But let's see how putting's feeling today. I haven't warmed up. The shots you saw off the tee were my very first two shots in a week, and I stretched, and that's about it. So didn't warm up putting, so let's see how this goes. All right, one down. All right, so birdie on one. Oh, like I said, red on odds, blue on even. The first hole is 300 feet left to right. This is hole 285 blue. Kind of the opposite. Instead of left to right, it's right to left. I've been really liking doing like just a smooth fairway, not trying to rip it over, not trying to hit it too hard. Like mid range, I feel like I have to hit it too hard. And really, the main goal is to hit this gap and get it moving left. So I'm going to go my T bird, just nice, smooth, a little bit of hyzer maybe, and get it down there. All right. Get past it. Nope. Kicked into the middle. All right. So I think we just got a little Toro forehand. I'm going to step out this way so I don't hit this tree on the right. Just kind of flick it, match the hillside. And I didn't do that. I babied it. Still got a pretty easy putt, but I wanted to yank that over a little bit more, but not too bad. All right. So, like I said, worked out not too bad. It's not what I wanted to do. I'm out here trying to make sure everything feels good, comes out the way I want it to. I hit the lines I want. And yeah, so form seems to be coming together. Putting is still a struggle, but we're getting there. It's a slow and steady process, I guess. Okay. So just like that, we are one under through two holes. Hole 3, reds, 205 feet. Left to right bender. I'm going to take this MVP spin. Been liking it for this hole because I don't have to throw it hard to get it to turn. So I'm liking it for this type of shot. Just kind of throw it flat, let it coast off to the right. Hands are a little sticky today. If I threw that higher, that'd have been great, but kind of threw it into the dirt. Should be a putt. So I figured it cut rolled a little bit, and it did, because it landed right over here, and I think it cut rolled down here. There's too much on that. It was turning too quick and kind of cut rolled this way. But should be able to clean this up and go 2 down through 3. Not bad. Easy putts. Yeah, this is kind of this layout. You kind of have to take advantage of on the red holes, which so far I have, and then just kind of take par on the blues. There's some there's some blue ones that I can definitely get birdies on, and this next one is one of them. So let's go do it. Hate recording onto this hole just for the pure fact it's completely blind, because like I said, it's 100 feet this way and then 90 degrees, 140 feet. But blue hole 4 is 240 feet. Again, I like to take my MVP spin. This is another thing I've been really liking this understable putter for, is like throwing it nice and hard flat, or like firm, not necessarily hard, but like throw it nice and firm flat high, and then the understability and this hill just grab it. But this disc is really good for those like almost like trick shots. So it's been a lot of fun to play with, and yeah, and in my bag I'll talk a little bit more about the reason this disc is in my bag right now. But in the bag should be coming up pretty quick. I'm hoping tomorrow doesn't rain, because I'll be able to do some filming, and I'm actually going to do a filming at a different course than this one. It's one of my other local courses, so hopefully it doesn't rain on me and we can get some good footage, because over the next few days I want to be able to build a in the bag for you guys. But let's get this shot out of the way. Heading down the hill, hit the last trees. I should be on the left side, should be still a putt. So I think I'm like 30 feet left of the basket, maybe 25 feet. All right. So I thought I hit like this one right here and then kick that way, or maybe even this one kick that way. But someone just ace. That's kind of cool. I think someone just ace. Hell yeah, brother. Or kick this way. But apparently I got a favorable kick and kicked right. Well, that's pretty sweet. I think there's a disc in the basket. So, anyways, let's put this putt down in the basket. Got about 15 feet. Just like I need to be nice and smooth, not necessarily firm with my putting. Just like that. Been messing around with this new type of putt where like I come low, but then I kind of push it through. Did you ace that? Nice job, man. Hell yeah. But anyways, yeah, he ended up acing it, and good job, man. Yeah, let's move on. It's pretty cool though that he got an ace though. I think he's playing reds, but still impressive. You guys just saw that shot and how I threw it, so it's pretty sweet that he was able to ace it. But we are on hole 5 from reds, 190 feet. It's this left or right bender, the 3 feet, the 3-finger tree right there. You just want to bend it off that. But I'm going to go with the spin again and just try to smooth it out there. Maybe a little bit of hyzer, and then just let the disc do the work. Oh, I threw that, came out of my hand too early. But that's a putt. Came out of the hand way too early. All right. Must have hit this tree right here because I thought I was past it. But like I said, we got a putt about 25, 30 feet, edge of circle, somewhere in that range. God, everything is just wet. But let's drain this putt. Oh, just low. GLV putt. So we are on hole 6 blue. I think we are 2 down, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put the score down below. But this is one of my favorite and least favorite holes on the course. Favorite because I've aced it a couple times. Least favorite because it's a very technical hole. I like to aim at this center tree and hopefully it turns off it a little bit and then eventually comes back near the end. So I'm going to go my AVR 3 and just kind of sit on this left side of the box and kind of open up this lane on the right. And yeah, let's see what we got here. Nope. Oh, God. We're in that ditch. Uh-oh. Whoops. All right. I got a little further forward than I thought, which is good. Because, like, behind me is a huge ditch. A little scary. But I do have a look at it. I think I'm going to go my more stable Toro. So I need to put this on a little Annie because I have this fern in my face. Hit the tree. Should be all right. Let's go check it out. Not too shabby of an upshot. About 5 feet behind it. I was hoping to hit this, and I'm pretty sure it did. Sick. Par save. I'm glad I was in a spot where I could actually see the bucket, which is nice because there's certain spots where you're so much lower than the basket, you're just kind of picking an angle and hoping it's correct, and hopefully it's towards the basket. So let's move on to the next hole. Our next hole is hole 7, 260 feet from the Reds. I'm going to pick my more seasoned Toro and then throw it on a baby hyzer and then let it swing in. So see if we can execute that. We've been very grip locky today, probably because we haven't played in a hot minute. Timing needs to come back. But let's get this. Didn't get it wide enough, but it's through the gap and we'll be putting. So not too shabby. All right, so I either hit this big tree just off the left of your screen, or I hit this guy, or I hit this gap right here, and it just kind of anti-skipped down here because I was expecting to be up high left and have a putt, but we have a tap in. So, hey, I'll take what I'll get. Make it easy on me. So we are on hole 8. Blue, 390 feet. Last time I played this, I grip locked it for my layup. We're going to do the same thing, maybe? No. We're not going to do the same thing. We're going to try to get aggressive on this and get a little further up, maybe get a bird. So we need some birdies. I think we're only at like 3 down, so we need some birds for this layout. Get us a little closer for a look at birdie. So this distance isn't hard. It's this angle and this uphill that's the killer on this hole for me. But let's see what we can do. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Stop fading. It's further up there than we were last time, but was hoping that would have kept turning. All right, we got a decently way up here. We got like, I'd say 80 feet left. Do we do a little forehand flexor? I think I would have slid up further, but there's these branches right here. I'm pretty sure I landed right on these, and it slowed me down quite a bit. Because usually when this thing gets going, it usually slides quite a bit. But I think I'm going to go forehand with my AVR 3 and kind of give it a bid, a little flexor, like anti-bid. Just got to get on the other side of that bush down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Basically to where Luna is and then left. So just give it a little height, little Annie. Oh, dang. I thought that was going to go in. I really did. Thought it was good. But no sardines. What is that saying? No, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Not too bad. Must have came just in front of it for where it's sitting anyways. Par on this hole. Not a bad score at all. You can take bogey, if not double or more on this hole so easily. So let's move on. Okay, so we're on the last hole of the front nine at least. Oh, I just got my shoe wet. Oh, can't wait till my waterproof shoes come in. We are on hole 9, last hole of the video, 215 on reds. Let's get it. I'm thinking I like the more stable option. I'm gonna have to avoid this puddle on the tee because I just stepped in it and got my shoe wet. But we're gonna take our more stable Toro, push it up this right side, maybe get it to go in, if not fade, just towards the basket. It's too inside. Yep. I think we are not in the bush on the right, which is good because we'll at least still have a putt at it, but it's not good. I was trying to not grip lock like I have been all around, and that one just came out a little early. So let's go see where we're at. All right, so this is our first like legit actual like have to give it a bid putt, where most of it have been like, that 25 at most, 30 at most. This one's like 40, 45. So I'm going to try to put this on a little bit of ante, and these PA3s are more stable than my AVRs, so they should hook in, get like this little S putt. So let's see if we can execute that. Too much ante on it, but not bad. It was a good bid. Funny thing is, I said that was a good bid. It really wasn't a good bid, but it was the line I wanted, like that high kind of like swooping kind of S shot for a putting. I just put it on a little too much ante, so usually I don't put it on enough ante, and I have that issue of it just fades out way too early. And you're sitting right next to the tree I wanted to get past, so I'll take the too much ante and give me a 10-footer. So not bad. Let's move on. Hole 10 is 260 feet straight up this hill, and I usually go with a faster disc and just try to be smooth, but I think I'm going to go Thunderbird, my Galactic Hero guy, and I've been really liking this guy on this hole. Just put on a little hyzer and hopefully it pushes all the way up the hill, and I missed this tree on the left. But let's get it. Still working on my timing. I'm sure you guys remember from the last video. I'm working on timing right now because we haven't played in a while. So I'm trying to work on my timing. I'm trying a new couple, I don't know how to say it, but I'm basically trying a few keys to try to get a little more power, a little more spin, and they seem to be working. So let's try it out this round. lot more spin, just a lot wider. I'm trying this thing where it's turning the key and getting it through, and I'm getting a lot more snap. I'm just working on the timing. Like the last videos, grip locking a lot, and then I was trying to figure out how to not grip lock, and I kept early releasing. So we're gonna try to get this figured out and keep a good score going. Again, we're in this little log pile from a couple of videos back where it was really awkward. See if we can actually execute it this time. Basket's just over there. I think I'm gonna first try to get behind my lie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come over here. Hopefully you can see me. I think you should. I'm gonna try to around this tree right here in the middle. And there's a gap over here, and hopefully it stays on Annie the whole way. Going with my Toro. Yep, I think it slid right up there. Not bad. Not too shabby. Slid just past the basket. Close enough for a Thunderbird putt, that's for sure. But let's move on. We are on hole 11, 160 feet, reds. This is kind of like a little chip shot, and has been the bane of my existence lately because I either push it too straight or I put on too much hyzer and it skips left into the bush. My indicator on this hole is kind of start aiming at this gap right here, and then just kind of slow walk up, and then just be smooth with it, not trying to be overpowering. I aced. Hell yeah. That's quite cool. I mean, you can't see the basket from here. Let's see if it's stuck, but I'm pretty sure that's in because the last time I aced this hole, that was the exact line I put it on. And yeah, let's go check to see if it's in the bucket. Can you say first shot ace? Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Precious child. Putting one together. I'm just saying, this is my baby. Togepi, if you ever see this disc, this is my baby. Look at that count. Let's add another tally mark. Gotta add the tally mark to the disc here. Boom. 7 with this one disc alone. Heck yeah. All right, let's move on to hole 12, blue, 300 feet. Straight through this gap. It's going to be on the left side. You got to hyzer it in. I usually go a little faster and sometimes a little flippier because I don't like to, and I like to be smooth with it. There's no wind right now, so this might be the perfect time to do this shot. And I just like to be smooth with it and just kind of throw it a little higher, let the understability keep it straight on this hyzer line. But I'm going to go with my Stokely Lark and get it down there. Oh, I threw that way too flat. Hit that tree. Oh, don't kick right. Ooh, bad. Coming off an ace and do that. Ouch. I almost gave up on this disc and walked past it like 3 or 4 different times. I'm right here. Don't really got much, but I'm gonna try a little. I just grabbed the lark. I marked my line, grabbed the lark, and I'm gonna try to tomahawk the lark. Hopefully that works out. Maybe, hopefully it wasn't too high for you to see that shot, but it ended up not too bad. Got a 15-footer for par save here. Not too bad. It's a good little indicator for me. Come down fast and then just slow it through. It's been working out not too bad. Let's move on. All right, guys. So I'm going to go with my Pathfinder here, my more stable one, and just hit it hard and flat, and hopefully it finishes. I have this one and then a season one. This one just has a higher shoulder on it, so it has a little bit more finish. Hopefully I can get my, because I prefer to throw a little bit Annie on this hole, but if I throw any of my Pathfinders on Annie, it keeps holding right. This one might come back to center, but it really won't in the end. But hopefully that disc comes in the mail sooner than later, so I can at least film in the bag and get that out of the way. But I'm going to try to throw this flat and firm and just kind of punch it through the gap. I threw it on Annie. See how that one just holds? I mean, it goes far, but it just holds to the right too long, where I need something for my baby Annie throw that'll come back to the left. Where that shot was awesome. If I had something between my MD5 and that Pathfinder, I would have something that would come back left. So, where my MD5 comes too far left. So, hopefully it comes in the mail. But let's go see where it is so we can putt. All right, so this shot ended up being a little long right, and got a completely open putt, but this is gonna test. We haven't had very many of these putts all day, so hopefully we can at least drain one. Let's get to it. Heck yeah. Not too shabby, guys. Hell yeah. That little indicator's been helping a lot, coming down and then just, it's been helping quite a bit. I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out. Kind of do a mix between my old putt and my new putt. Oh, it's been helping a lot. Luna, come on. All right, so you didn't hear me introduce that one because there's a Parks and Rec lady, so I was trying to play through her real quick. So, and our tee shot ended up being trash. Oh, I slipped on my disc. What kind of bounce was that? Slipped on a stick, slipped on my disc. That was really weird. Like, Parks and Rec ladies, one, following me now, which is kind of weirding me out, and two, I should have cleared the sticks from under my feet because I slid on the sticks. Then it transferred me to my disc, and I slid on my disc. So I ended up hitting this like mossy maple over here, and it took this weird like kick and like fade, which was very interesting. But now we have this like 30-footer to try to save our par. So try not to take our first bogey of the round. So fade. Oh, just a little offline, but that'll be a bogey, unfortunately. Where my dog went. She's like really sniffing out stuff. But like I said, first bogey. I'm not really capitalizing right now, which kind of sucks. But not too bad for only taking one so far. All right. Hole 15. The last hole, 14, was from blue. This one's from red. Luna, shh. It's 225 feet, but plays more like 275, if not further. I can get a mid there, but I choose to go fairway just to have that extra speed to make sure I get over, there's some ferns up there, just to make sure I get over those. So I'm going to choose this right side. There's this stump that's on the hill. I pretty much aim for that, but about 4 or 5 feet above it. But let's try to get these indicators down and smooth this up there. That's exactly what I wanted, but I did want it about 4 feet more right, but it's a putt up there. Can't complain. This is the stump I was talking about getting at least past or over, and I did, but since I missed my line by 4 or 5 feet left, I ended up 4 or 5 feet further left than I wanted. I wanted to be like right here, but, or like right here, but a little bit further back, not too shabby. So just hopefully we get this birdie right here. Oh, don't roll. Dang it. Ended up right next to you. Had to move you back real quick because I landed right on this little fern right here. So it's kind of my marker. But not too bad for a par save, but would have loved to have made that birdie putt. Oh, reaching down for a marker that's not there. But that'll be a par save. Got to start racking up some birdies here in a minute. All right, that brings us to hole 16, 335 big ones down this hill. A lot of pine cones on the tee pad here. Clean it up real quick. Probably maybe see the top of the flag down there. I put you up on the bench to get you a little more height since it's so downhill. And yeah, the goal is just to get it all the way down there. There's a stump that used to be a tree down there that really is kind of your aiming point on hyzer, and have it flip up either the whole time or kind of throw an ante at it if you like to throw more stable stuff. I kind of like flat personally. I just take my AVR 3 and hopefully it goes in kind of deal. If I end up long, I'm happy. This is a hole I just try to ace every time and hope for the best. But here we go. Oh, I threw that so low. I've been having so much grip all around, and that one, it just right out of the hand. But you really can't go past this hole without throwing another one, so I'm going to go and throw a Toro. I love throwing this hole, so I'm going to throw a couple. I'm going to try to throw my season Toro and a little bit of ante down the hill and have it swing back. Kind of show you both options. Threw that way too high. They're pretty much next to each other, but let's see if I can actually get a good one down there. I guess I'll go mid-range and just throw it smooth. This goes way too far. Probably should have went with a different mid-range than my flippy one, but whatever. Play from our AVR 3 and hopefully it's somewhere good. But yeah, anyways, on this throw, someone kind of, I just try to throw something like my Toro and kind of like scuba it down there. Hopefully it sits. I don't think it's that, guys. I don't think it's that. Oh. All right, I realized my mistake. I went with the wrong Toro, but this one was too stable, and it ended up doing like a little fade, and it skipped, and then caught this edge, hit this hillside, and kind of rolled to this side, and we're in danger of our first bogey or second bogey. So hopefully we can fix that. No! I'm yanking it right. Dang it. Unfortunately, that is going to be another bogey if I can put this into the basket. I hate having to have like awkward people like throw or like walk through the fairway. I get it. This is a walking path as well, but I had a guy come up to me and I thought he was talking to me, but he was talking to Luna. And he walks up and he just like, I swear he was looking me dead in the eye and was like, "Hey, Whitey," and I was like, "That's a little weird." But he was talking to my dog because he came up and petted her a second later. But it was a little strange. Okay, guys, coming up to the end of here, we have 2 holes left. A red one here and then a blue one on the next. So if we can gain a birdie here, that would be awesome. It's just a smooth forehand up there, but I haven't thrown a forehand in a hot minute, at least off the tee shot. So hopefully maybe we can ace this because I have aced this hole before, so a couple times, and this is probably the best angle for it because you guys can see the basket the whole way. So see if I can throw it in for you because it does have a nice background, or not background, backstop, so you can get a good shot on this one. I think I'm gonna go this Kevin Jones Max. I've been looking for something just kind of super beefy for my distance drivers, and I think this is going to be it because the T-Rex was not it. I still love the T-Rex, but it's just not that shot. So let's see if I can do it. A little bit of Annie. Way too high. And it rolled to the basket. Birdie putt. Let's see if we can. I want to go T-Rex and kind of show you the difference because you saw how fast that one shot out of it. This one I can throw flat. See if I can give you the shot that it's required. See how that turned? I threw that flat. It's coming back in the frame here. They're pretty much right next to each other. I like throwing this hole multiple times because I don't get to throw my forehand very often on this course. So it's a good hole to practice it. Practice a gap and get the forehand down. That one felt so smooth. That felt so smooth. Let's do one more. Hit the branch, kick it to the center. I lied. We're going to do one more. We're going to go Firebird. I want to kind of make that a thing. Get my forehand back. Because all of those last ones, yeah, that last one hit a tree, but all of them felt really good. Like I was getting through my hit point well. They weren't coming out with a lot of wobble. And I used to be known, or I say I used to be known for my forehand, but I threw only forehands, and that was like my game, and I was really, really good at it. And the courses around here require a lot of like right hand backhands, and so I don't get to throw my forehand and kind of lost it. So I'm trying to get it back. So let's move on to where our first drive was. So you guys can see it because I know I throw a lot of blue discs, but this is my max. Because I know I threw a lot of discs. So none of you guys are like, "You cheated." Probably still going to say that, but because I think a lot of you guys I know. So hopefully these videos kind of help you get better as well as I'm kind of talking to you through what I'm working on and how I'm working it, and then how I build my bag and everything. So hopefully that in the bag I'm going to do helps a lot with that too. So let's move on to the last hole. All right, guys. This is the last hole, or guys and gals, can't forget that, sorry. But it's the last hole, hole 18, blues. And I don't know what the score is. I kind of been just trying to focus on my indicators and my key, like what I want, what I'm trying to work on, so on and so forth. And I think I'm getting my timing back after having that like 5 day rain day, can't play because it's so wet because of the flood warnings. And this is going to be the true test if I can actually, if my timing's on, because you grip lock it, you're hitting one of these trees on the right, you early release, you're hitting this tree on the left, or going into the left stuff, which is awful because the baskets, early left is death. So 340 feet, high floor, low ceiling in the end. I'm going to try to throw my T-Rex. Just kind of throw it as flat as I can, maybe a little bit of Annie, and just focus on hitting this gap. And yeah. A little bit of Annie, too much Annie, but it's not too bad. I really like the way that felt. I'm going to try one again really quick. This is going to turn too much. I'm going to throw my more stable wraith. I'm going to try to do the same thing. And so I'm trying to work on these indicators, and and it seems to be working. Am I a Ganon Burr player? Just throwing on Annie like all the time? Because I got a good snap, good feel on it. I'll have to watch those back, and yeah, let's go see where those landed. All right, so both of these turned out pretty good. I hit this tree just on my left, and it kicked me over this log, which is nice because anything over the log gives you a putt. My T-Rex is right here, and then just over there is my oops, trying to move that back. There we go. Is my wraith just over there, about 15 feet, and this one's about 30 feet. So I did throw the wraith a little more nose up because I knew I needed to get it more left. Where this one is stable enough that I can throw it on a flex line and get it, but I just do this on too much flex. So let's try to drain this putt. My hands are all dry and unsticky and slippery, so this is going to go well. Got this low ceiling putt. Doesn't really bother me any. So I'm more of a direct putter. Oh, I say that and I almost hit the ceiling. It's kind of funny. Anyways. All right, guys. That brings this round to an end. I don't really know what I shot, so I'll put it down below somewhere in the video here. Felt a lot better than my last round, which is good. This little slice on my thumb was giving me issues during the end. Oh, look at that. The skin fell off. Sweet. But my indicators and my key things I was working on seem to be helping. But I need to know, am I a Ganon bird just like preferred angle, little flex? Because those last two flexes felt really good. I controlled that I could put it up a little nose up, and I got the wraith to actually fade left, which I've never been able to do. Usually it just kind of fades straight. And I wanted both of those on Annie, and they both came out on Annie. So maybe I'm a Ganon Burr preferred little Annie flex guy. But I guess I'll start messing around with it and see what happens. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, and remember to be good. If you can't be good, at least be good at it. See you in the next video.